The problem with going this late in the order is you can't remember your material. Having the alcohol doesn't help. That's a joke. It's funny when you're out for a drink, isn't it? Funny things happen. Like you go out with your friend, and they have 4 pints, and they're on a bit of a mad one, so they steal a traffic cone. And then they're telling the story the next day, and instead of 4 pints and traffic cone, they've downed a bottle of tequila and kidnapped a lollipop lady. We all have that friend. If you don't have that friend, you are that friend. I am that friend. Hello, my name's Adam. I'm a chronic bullshitter. Some of my favourite things to bullshit people are that the haggis is a species of Highland gerbil. or that the reason the Toblerone use the Matterhorn as their logo is that their chocolate factory is inside that mountain. Or that your parents were telling the truth when they said you could achieve your dreams. Hello, comedians. No, but my love of bullshit started off quite innocently, right? In school, I was really good at trivia, right? And I would enter these trivia competitions, and I'd win them, and I'd win the trivia competitions, and eventually I was particularly good at history, and I became the history team captain. And as you can imagine, I had a lot of sex. I did not. I did not. But I realised that when you say trivia, when you say a little fact, it can sort of raise your status a little bit in the room. Not enough so that people want to have sex with you, but there you go. But then I realised, as I went on, that you can get that status-raising effect of trivia without worrying about things like the truth. So here I am. It hasn't always worked out for me. Bullshit. I remember one occasion I was on a school trip. Right, I was in Birmingham at the time, and we'd come down to London on a school trip, and I'd gotten some handcuffs from a joke shop near Covent Garden, and I thought, oh, here we go, here's a chance to sort of impress people. And so I went up to my friends and I said, hey guys, you don't know this about me, but I'm an escapologist. I wasn't, but I said that. And so what they did is, oh yeah, Adam, here we go, let's have a look. And so they handcuffed me to like the back of the coach seat on the way home, in such a position that I couldn't reach the fucking catch. And they left me there! 4 hours! It's not a usual inroad to the BDSM community, but that's not somewhere. Did nothing for my popularity when I introduced that petition to bring back caning. I think there's a lot of bullshit. Thank you. I think there's a lot of bullshit in today's society, and I think the reason is that we're fed it a lot at a young age. I blame the Disney Corporation, right? Because it always works out for them, but of course it's going to, right? Of course you can go from being a beggar to being a prince if you've got a genie, right? Of course you can live in the house of some miners if you're an aristocrat and own the mine, probably. Of course you can call trickle-down economics the circle of life if you're a lion. There's never been a Disney movie from the perspective of the proletariat, right? And I wanted to fix this, so I wrote a script. I'd ask if you want to hear it, but frankly I don't care. It goes like this. 101 years ago, far away in the east, there was a wicked king who hoarded all the gold for himself in a country that was otherwise very poor. One day a young man said, "King, why not share your gold so that all might be as rich as you?" And this made the king very angry. He banished the man, but the man said no, and he and his friends rose up against the king, and they overthrew him, and they pulled the country out of a deadly war, and they spent the rest of their energies devoted to civil engineering projects. The end. Now I thought this was pretty good, right? But the good people... Rude. I thought this was pretty good, right? But the good people at the Disney company did not agree. They rejected me. I started to cry. Went home to my grandma. She said, "Oh, my little lamb chop, what is wrong?" And I said, "Oh, Grandma, the people at the Disney, they didn't like my film." And she goes, "Oh, Addy Baddy, why is that?" I said, "Oh, Grandma, I don't know." And she goes, "Oh, my little sniff, is it because you pitched on the plot of the Russian Revolution?" I said, "Niet, babushka." It's not that I intend to deceive people. It's just that I don't see anything wrong with lying to make a story better. It's why I went into stand-up comedy. It's either that or politics. Thank you, I'm Adam Johnson.